Alright, what is up you guys? My name is Jovani, and if you couldn't guess by the title of the video, the thumbnail, or by the video played 10 seconds ago, I purchased the cheapest aftermarket long tube header kit available for my Avalanche, and today we're going to be putting it on. So what we have here is the least expensive kit I could possibly find on Amazon. This is a DNA motoring long tube header kit for a 2007 and up 4.853. I'm sure this probably fit on everything below down to $19.99 as well. I purchased the cheapest kit on Amazon I could possibly find because it's going on my 2007 Chevy Avalanche. And if you guys missed the video where I did the AFM DOD delete, I'll just catch you back up. In that video I did partially mention that I was cutting off the catalytic converters to replace them, and basically that turned into a giant shit show because I didn't really want to spend the time to actually fabricate the Y pipe after that. I kind of just hodgepodge some parts together. The thing's leaking from basically the Y pipe all the way down, and basically I knew that at this point I probably had to get some aftermarket headers or something to actually make it work. In addition to that, I can't tune the thing properly because of all the exhaust leaks. It's throwing off my wideband readings. So I figured why not splurge a little bit and get these $240 Chinesium headers. Coincidentally, I believe my turbos are from the same company, DNA Motoring, so a little bit of name recognition there. Props to them on that. I've seen this kit sold everywhere on eBay and Amazon. I'm pretty sure they all come from the same place. I've seen some reviews on them, some good, some bad. Most people say that these flanges are actually warped. Mine may be, I'm not 100% sure. But nonetheless, we're gonna put them on and hopefully this is gonna be better than what I have there. And as a matter of fact, let me just show you guys what I have on the Avalanche right now, just for a little bit of comparison. Alright, here we are underneath my Avalanche, and if you look straight ahead, you'll see that basically my exhaust is pieced together with repair kits from both O'Reilly's and AutoZone. It's basically glorified tinfoil, and it's kind of just clamped together. That's just to minimize on the leakage. It does not seal the leakage. You know, it's not as bad as it was before. I have a custom flex pipe welded in right there. You can see my TIG welds stacking dimes as usual, you know. Incredible welds, basically. There's the original Y pipe that goes underneath the cross member, or underneath the transmission. And then if you look here, you'll see that it was still leaking out of these beautiful stacked dime welds. So I had to cover that with some JB Weld exhaust putty. So as you can see, yes, the exhaust is in spectacular condition. And in addition to that, I got to torque down the bolts a little bit more on the head because those are all the Avalanche's guts right there. That's mostly just reused coolant. It keeps puking it out and I just keep putting it back in. So at this point you might be wondering, why am I even bothering buying $240 long tube headers when they're probably gonna leak, they're probably gonna be absolute garbage? If you couldn't tell from the puke stains on my driveway and the hacked together exhaust, these are gonna be probably 1,000 times better than whatever is on the truck right now. And you know, we might be in for a surprise. Maybe these work great and you guys could go buy your own set of $240 long tube headers. Anyways, I'm gonna get started on it. It's gonna be pretty simple, hopefully. Gonna start unbolting the manifolds. I might just sawzall my way through the rest of the crap because everything's kind of welded together at this point. So we're gonna do that, and then we're going to tighten down the heads, and I have a little bit of a lifter tap that I'm gonna tighten down the lifters a little bit. So let's go ahead and get started, and hopefully everything goes well. So basically this truck's gonna be a lot of 15s, 13s, and 10s, I'm pretty sure. First thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and unbolt the manifold flanges down at the bottom, and then I'll start removing the headers from up top. All right, all the bolts underneath are undone. If you're doing a stock system like I am, it's just 3 bolts on each side, the actual collector where the manifold meets. Impact and some extensions, it's 15 millimeters. And then the 2 bolts that actually hold on the flex pipe to the Y pipe. And that's pretty much all you need to do down there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off all the 13 millimeter bolts that actually hold the manifold to the head. here's what's left of my old stock exhaust. Yeah, as previously stated, these are O'Reilly's and AutoZone kind of like exhaust wraps. I don't really know what the hell they are, but they didn't really work. You're better off getting a Coke can and wrapping it around your exhaust and clamping it than using something like that. But nonetheless, I'm going to get my O2 sensors out. This is my wideband right here. As you can see, I tastefully sawzawed the wide pipe in half just because it wasn't going to come out any other way because I welded all of this while it was bolted up. So I'm gonna get my O2 sensors out and then we're gonna start dropping in the new headers. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the driver's side one because this one's probably gonna be the hardest one. I'm gonna feed them up through the bottom, I think, unless I could fit them in. I'm gonna try both ways, but gonna get this one in first, get it all bolted down. I'm probably gonna reuse the stock gaskets because I know the ones that come from China are usually garbage. We'll see how good mine are. If not, we'll run the Chinese ones, you know? It fits in with the theme of today. So yeah, I'm gonna drop these in and then I'll come back to you guys on the passenger side one. All right, so I got the driver's side manifold on. I did end up using the stock gaskets because mine weren't too bad. The kit includes 11mm bolts. I don't know why the stock ones were 13s and I've seen other kits that do 10mm. This one has 11mm bolts, but whatever, nonetheless. I got almost all of them. The back one has a bolt stuck in it or broke off in it, so I can't get that one. This first one here broke off and it's got just a kind of a stud there. So hopefully it seals good enough. I tightened these down pretty tight. Once the engine's gone through a heat cycle and everything, I'll come back and tighten these up a little bit more. So hopefully no leaks out of these. But as you can see, the headers do fit. No clearance issues with the steering at all. If you do this, I recommend just taking off the valve cover like I have. I brought them in from the top. Turns out they will actually go in from the bottom because at one point I dropped the manifold and it kind of fell all the way to the floor. So there is a way to get it from the bottom. I did it from the top. So I'm gonna make sure that we can get all our spark plugs back in, no clearance issues with our boots and all that. And then we're gonna move over to the passenger side over there. All right guys, so I didn't film much because you can't really see much anyway. But I got the passenger side on as well as the driver's side. So now I'm gonna actually take you guys down to the bottom and we're gonna do the white pipe. That part should be simple enough to film. And then we're done with this thing. So far, this hasn't been too hard. This one is actually a lot easier to get in. There's a lot more room on the passenger side. And what's nice about these headers is that there's actually a lot of room there to get the spark plugs in and out of. So it's actually gonna make routine maintenance a little bit easier. All right, so as you can obviously tell, we're underneath the truck right now. I'm gonna do the driver's side first. And basically it's just this little bend here. The gasket is one of these little donut things. So hopefully we can get this all sealed up properly. And then the bolt sizes, again with the weird bolt sizes, this thing has a 17 on the actual bolt itself and a 14 on the nut head. Probably 9/16 and 5/8, but I mean, it's China. They're on the imperial system, so I don't know what that's all about. Anywho, let's go ahead and get this guy up there. Alright, so I think I got everything bolted up. I'm gonna go ahead and hop in and start the thing and we're gonna see if we have any leaks, and that's about it. So I'm gonna just point you guys towards the truck and you guys will kind of get how loud everything is. Alright, so as you guys can maybe tell, it's loud, but keep in mind I have a Flowmaster Super 10 on there, so it was already pretty loud beforehand. Actually, and I think my door is open, hold on. I just noticed my oil filter's leaking. I'm not sure if it has a crack in it or what. I probably got to get a new one of those because it's leaking a lot of oil. So I might just go get one of those. I'm gonna just give this thing a ride around the block and see how it sounds. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I got the exhaust on there. Do I recommend it? honestly, it's 1,000 times better than what I was running, and I gotta say it's an improvement over stock overall. I didn't run into any major issues, which is amazing because it seems like every time I buy something from online that I know is gonna be cheaper quality, I run into issues. There's no leaks coming from the heads, it seems like. I mean, I'll go back and I'll retighten up the clamps and everything. The only thing negative I have to say is those band clamps that they give you are kind of cheap. I'll probably do some V-bands or something else right there. But other than that, I mean, it's what it says it is. For 240 bucks, I can't say that I'm disappointed at all. And I mean, I know I didn't film a lot of it for you guys. This wasn't really a tutorial video on how to install exhaust. I just wanted to kind of give my opinion on these things, and I'm excited. They seem to work well. My truck sounds so much better now that there's no exhaust leaks coming out from underneath the truck. Seems like 99% of the exhaust is coming out of the tailpipe now, which is exactly what I wanted. My wideband, I just got configured. Everything's dialed in pretty well. The truck is actually running a little bit leaner now, that it's not trying to compensate for all those air leaks in the exhaust, so I'll have to address that another day. But I just wanted to say, I released a couple of shirt designs. I hope you guys can go check them out here, and if you like them, buy them. I know they're not gonna be ready till January. If you wanna support me, if you wanna just splurge a little bit, they're not gonna get there before Christmas, obviously, and they're not even gonna ship till about January. But if you like what I'm doing and you wanna support the channel, feel free to do that. And if you don't buy the shirts, at least subscribe to me. Only a small percent of you that watch these videos are actually subscribed. So if you can just hit the subscribe button, it helps me out a lot, more than you probably know. And that's about it, guys. This was a short one. It was just a fun one. It's only a couple days before Christmas. I don't want to get into any heavy projects right now. But this was just something fun and cheap, and it worked out well. Once again, I appreciate all of you guys that watch this channel. I appreciate all you guys that comment and hit me up on Instagram and all that stuff. It's been a fun year. I'm looking forward to 2020 when we're gonna do a lot more. So once again, thank you guys. I hope you guys have a great holiday. I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that may be. I also started a Facebook group. I mean, there's no one on it right now, but if you guys want to join it, I'll leave a link in the description below. And also, I'll leave a link to the exhaust that I bought in the description below. So, bye.